This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag, farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Thanks for staying with us. Next, Sara updates us on the status of the Vermont labeling law and GMO issues.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer from New Orleans. I have the opportunity to visit with Sara Wyant. She is the editor of AgriPulse, which is a, is it daily informative newsletter for anybody involved in agriculture?
It's actually open to everybody, Kyle. It's an early morning product we call Daybreak. It's an early morning news scan we call Daily Harvest. And then we have a subscription-only newsletter that is published every Wednesday. And in addition to all that, we put content on our website, agripulse.com, throughout the day.
Well, the perspective that you bring, though, is you see all sides of the issue, left and right, Democrat, Republican, urban, rural. Give us some perspective on what you see from the Washington, D.C. side on food and ag issues.
Well, Kyle, I think that for your listeners, it's very important to understand that there was a big victory in the Senate Ag Committee. Senator Pat Roberts, who, as you know, chairs that committee, was able to advance a bill that would basically stop Vermont's labeling law for food products containing GMOs. And nobody thought he would really be able to get it done in the Senate. He got a bipartisan vote, and he's advanced it out of committee. Where it goes from there still remains to be seen. But for the most part, he was able to get some Democrats on board, and he got promises from the ranking minority member, Debbie Stabenow from Michigan, that she was willing to work on a compromise bill. And so the indications are there that there might be enough Democrats in the Senate to actually move it all the way through. Again, it's a little premature to say how it's going to play out because there are a lot of folks opposing this sort of effort. But the food companies are adamant that if we don't get this done, that it could lead to a state-by-state patchwork of labeling laws that would really make it problematic for the food industry to be able to package and label anything, and it would raise costs for consumers. And that's kind of the bottom line, I know, for Senator Roberts as well, that as we look at trying to, as he says, feed a growing, hungry world, that we don't try to jack up costs for those who could least afford it.
You know, let's just stick with the GMO issue because it's as broad and as many misconceptions as any other food in industry. As you talk to urban legislators and lobbyists, what do you think the misconceptions, perceptions, and where the misinformation is coming from?
Well, unfortunately, activist groups have turned just the acronym GMO, which stands for genetically modified organisms, into a dirty word, when in fact there is no research that shows that it is any less safe or less nutritionally dense than any other product, even compared to organic. So there's absolutely no science that shows that there should be a problem, and it's just really a public perception. So I think it behooves all of your farmers and ranchers to have these conversations in their churches, in their Kiwanis clubs, wherever they go, to try to let people understand that there's room for all different kinds of production in American agriculture, but let's not be pointing fingers and making one seem bad and another seem good, when in fact all different types of production can provide healthy food for consumers.
We're visiting with Sara Wyant. She is the editor of AgriPulse, mainly from Washington, D.C. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Thanks, Kyle. Folks, come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau Legislative Update.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.